Welcome to this What is New video. This is April 2020 and we're gonna see what's going to be new in the 20.4 release. This is the new desktop. It's called GWM. It's Joe's Window Manager, and I thought maybe I'll just make the video on here and include some information as well about a new application. One that we do not use currently. So there's NeoFetch, Screen Fetch, and maybe you know now also AllSee. This is GWM. This is the release video. Every month we release ISOs. Every month there is a how to stay rolling, because there is no need to do a clean install unless you like to, because it's educational. And because you want to install more stuff during the installation in Calamares and so on, test Calamares out. But basically you can stay rolling, and I've made many videos about it already to show you to just keep rolling. Now, what is new, right? What is new? That's the topic of this video. Every month you get an article, and you'll get they get in releases. Here the article will come. But in the site, of course, you're going to go chronologically, which is more interesting, maybe, right? So this is the one we're going to discuss, the April release. And if you scroll through it already, you see already that it's going to be a long video. We've done a lot of work. A lot of things have changed, and we're going over it. Some of them you've noticed, of course, already when updating. Some of them I communicate with social media. So go and come and join us on ArcoLinux core info. There's the YouTube to subscribe, Discord for the stuff that's really ArcoLinux related, Telegram, the chit chat and talk about the weather and cars and whatever, right? Any topic is possible there. But we're focused on the forum on ArcoLinux, and we focus on Discord on ArcoLinux only. So join us that way, and you'll get, here are the links as well. You get always communication via these channels and Facebook and so on. So, April release. Live USB boots into desktop of choice. That's the main change, right? During our work on Plasma, we had an issue, and we thought maybe it's because of the fact that we are actually in XFC. XFC has been our transport mechanism, our installation mechanism from day one, right? Well, XFC is no longer used as a transfer mechanism. Because of the thing we had there, the issue we had, we booted into Plasma, and that's of course understandable if you know ArcoLinuxISO.com website, and there is Carly, and in Carly we decided to boot up into Plasma. So it was just one step, one jump, and then indeed the issue at that point in time was solved. And then of course, what would it look like if we would boot up into Cinnamon? What would it look like if we would boot up any of our 15 desktops? In the meantime, 16, because guys, this is GWM. Maybe a quick look, but we'll cover GWM later on, right? So that's important. So i3WM will give you an error message during the live USB, because, well, it's live and wants to do something and it gets an error, but after installation there's no problem at all. Deeping will give you a nice warning icon, so something yellow I think, or was it orange? You can disregard that one as well, because it's a fixed ISO, nothing can be changed there, but afterwards then you're on SSD and all is fine. The problem is, of course, you're booting into a tiling window manager, and that's cool and that's not cool, right? If you're a newbie or a noob or a new guy in Linux, well, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. So what we've done to assist you is in every of these build videos, so if you want to build the ISO, that's possible in ArcoLinux, and put anything on there you like. You decide what comes on the ISO, that's your choice. But this is normal, we had this already, but every one of them has now also how to install the ArcoLinux BISO, how to restart Calamares installer explained. because sometimes Unbudgie it's no problem, and Cinnamon it's no problem, XFC it's no problem. But if you're an Awesome, it's a tiling window manager. So you need to know the keyboard shortcuts a little bit, so you do not run into trouble or frustration. So learning key bindings beforehand is highly recommended. We created a video of every desktop, so that means 15 plus, well, should do that. Number 16 is not done, so we're working on GWM, and when the release is there, you'll know it, but not at this point in time yet. All right, Calamares is our graphical installer. It's 3.2.22. We are seeing less errors of the U-mount, but yes, of course, today we saw one. So we put an issue again on Calamares, asking, okay, why is this happening and could you help? And the support on Calamares is great, so we'll figure it out together. With more support for Japanese language, that's great, right? So more correct translation. And we've thrown out a lot of images during our Calamares install, because we have always to update these images, and it's a drag, it's just a waste of time. So branding is brought to a minimum, you'll see. So now you get these images. This is what you get when you boot up. This is Awesome, and it goes alphabetically. Awesome, BSP, WM, and so on. And this is Budgie, Cinnamon, Deeping. So Deeping is the orange thing here. That's okay. So never mind. Just install. Let's scroll and, well, forget about naming and all that. It's fine. So you see always the welcome app, and then you decide to maybe first do the run gparted, clean everything from your hard disk. Then it's a clean slate. It's always better for any operating system. Clean slate and then install. That's going to be Plasma. So Plasma is white. At boot time, we've just wanted to quickly show the i3 here, the red thing down here, right? The red thing down here, no problem. It will be gone when you reboot. So all these images, just to make you aware, that's going to be the look when you boot. So we're booting into the desktop. You immediately see what's going to be put on your system, because that's important, right? Anything that's in here, any application you see already in the live DVD or live USB, that's going to go on the SSD, is going to go on the hard disk. No choice. If you want to have less, then you build it yourself. That's the point. We always have given you the power to build it yourself, because you asked, hey, I want a minimal ISO with this and this and this and that, right? And that's very personal. We can't deliver you your ISO. You have to make your ISO. And that's the power of ArcoLinux B here. Build your own ISO, and it goes very far. You can build ArcoLinux ISO, ArcoLinux D ISO, and all the Bs, right? It's up to you to type 3 letters. If you want to see, it's not that much. This is what you need to type to be able to type, and that's it. ./30 tap tap enter, and then you walk away and you have an ISO. If you want to change things in the ISO, you have to go into the packages file and delete some stuff, add some stuff. All right, Calamares took 2 weeks of my month of March. I really dove into Calamares. Lots and lots and lots of Calamares software choices. So inside Calamares, you'll see lots of things. Choose your applications in Calamares. What you see is what you get. It's important. So when you click on the menu and you look at all the applications, that's going to go on the ISO for sure. You cannot uninstall. If you want to have a smaller one, again, ArcoLinux B, ArcoLinux D, that's for you. You cannot install only more. So that's why we sometimes say the ArcoLinux ISO is a flagship. It's what we call our flagship. OpenBox, XFC, i3. 3 things, learn from it, and then move to the others. But we can make it a cruise ship. We can install more and more and more stuff, a lot of stuff. So let's go over it. Applications, okay, packages that are already on the ISO will not be shown in Calamares. It's important. So what you see is what you get. That's going to be installed 3 browsers in the flagship, GIMP, Inkscape. The Bs are very minimal. So we've organized our applications by category: hardware, communication, development, office, and so on. And that gives us a view like this. You decide to have a different Linux kernel because, right? Because hardware issues and so on and so on. Communication was actually one of the first thing I did when in the middle of the lockdown. We went to look what is available on Linux to talk to each other, to keep contact with each other. And ArcoLinux TeamViewer is, I'm particularly proud of that one, because it's not TeamViewer, it's ArcoLinux TeamViewer. We made our own build, and immediately it works out of the box. No frustration, no figuring out what daemon to activate and what things to do. No, it's in the package build. It's great. Discord we knew, applications I've never heard about that I now know. Riot Desktop, Skype of course everybody knows, Slack maybe less. Microsoft Teams, yes, it works. You can follow your work through ArcoLinux, great. Telegram, Fiber, WhatsApp, Wire, and Zoom. So this was my eye at that point in time. My vision was fixed on how to communicate with people, how to stay in touch. And then the next one is development, brackets, bin. Code and Visual Studio Code will collide. They're the same thing. So choose one of them and all the rest in between. Well, really in the beginning, people said, hey, you don't have... Well, first we had LibreOffice, I think. Yeah, first we had LibreOffice. Then LibreOffice was not in French and was not in Spanish and so on and so on. And others wanted OpenOffice and so on. We just got rid of the offices because there is no way that an ISO is going to be good for everybody. So now you choose here online. Of course, you have to be connected to the internet in this phase. Choose your thing you want to have. And personally, at this point in time, I recommend this one because this seems to be really a clone of Microsoft Office. So take a look at that one. That's my advice. But okay, it's a free world. That's the point of Linux, right? Choose, it's free, and freedom of choice. We find it very important. Lots of multimedia stuff, and this is just a selection. There is even more, but I took just the most important ones, right? The most known ones. Internet stuff with InkSync and so on. Dropbox is there, Jira is there. Maybe there are things you don't know. That's the time to learn, right? That's interesting to get to know some other applications, some theming. Install more if you want more. But maybe you want to first install, see what you get already, and then install later. All up to you. Some games that we like. Again, something from us, ArcoLinux MetaSteam. It's going to work out of the box. Everything installed. It's a bunch of stuff that's going to be installed. But afterwards, hey, it's gaming time. No frustration. That's the goal. Utilities, lots of stuff. Octopi is there in last request, I think it was. So an alternative to PAMAC A1. Lots of accessories. Lots of people ask different terminals. Don't you have Kitty? Don't you have this? Don't you have that? Well, it's here. Click, select whatever you want. So this opens up. If you click on this triangle, it's going to open up and it gives you around 10 terminals or something like that. So install more. Terminator is there. Lots of things. And this last screen is for us. So in ArcoLinux flagship, we get 3 things. We want to talk, we want to take a picture, right? So click and done. In the flagship, that's the only thing we're missing. But in ArcoLinux D and ArcoLinux B, there's a lot more. So this is here to test out our ISOs. So we do next, and then we click here. We're not concerned with all the rest. That's just download, install, download, install, download, install. We want to have this to communicate with each other, right? Say, okay, I've got this, I've got that. Look at this, look at that. That's what we need. That's for us. But of course, you can use it as well. All right, next point. Linux provides so many great applications. I've tried to to give you enough information beforehand already. I've given you lots of videos during March. Let's say, look, a lot of software here. Look, ArcoLinux TeamViewer works out of the box. Take a look. It's a way to control somebody else's computer, like I've controlled someone living in Japan, right? I just log in. All you need is internet. The other side, he installs or she installs TeamViewer. You ask the number, the ID, and the password of this person, and bam, you're in his computer. I'm gonna fix your computer remotely, right? That's a great way in these days of lockdown. Videos are about it, you know me, right? Getting to know Linux software. So these videos, 1, 2, 3 videos, it's all about software. There's so many things out there. So you do need to get to know some of the applications, and maybe some of them you say, I'll reinstall that one, right? And that's how I try to open up your eyes and say, look, there is more than your current workflow, which is fine by me, right? Maybe just one of them say, it's a good one. So how to keep in touch was one of the first things we've done. I've made a lot of videos about it, about all these guys. We've made videos to talk about how to use it, how to install it, how to use it. Now we have this video here, start with any ISO, install any desktop. Remember, Ctrl-Alt-E, we have our tweak tool, it's gonna be everywhere, right? Which means that we can install on this GWM anything, and give it some time, and GWM will be in here as well, right? That's great. We can install from any ISO, from ArcoLinux B, from ArcoLinux D, for anything really, as well as from ArcoLinux, right? If you have the repos on ArcoLinux, you can install any of our desktops. A desktop is nothing more than sudo pacman -s cinnamon. Bam, you have the desktop. We just provide a nice GUI behind it, some thoughts and some thinking. You need this, you need that. For instance, in Awesome, you need a little bit more, right? The tiling window managers are the most complex ones. All right, ArcoLinux Tweak Tool, we keep improving it. It's so simple as that. So the auto start has been improved. Lots of things have improved in the meantime since writing this article. I mean, it keeps on improving, and there's one big article on ArcoLinux.com. All you need to know about ArcoLinux Tweak Tool. So I keep that current, I keep that up to date. Okay. Then at some point in time, we went for Breeze, and Breeze is a beautiful cursor. Before we had Xcursor Breeze, which is a small package which provides the Breeze cursor. But since we now have this ArcoLinux Tweak Tool and we can install any desktop, what do people do? They install Plasma, but Plasma will not install because it collides with Xcursor Breeze. That's something you need to remember. Xcursor Breeze and Breeze do not match, they conflict. So what does the Tweak Tool do? Well, it doesn't install Plasma because there is a conflict in the backend, because the Tweak Tool is a nice GUI, but it's giving orders to the command line. So that's what we've done. We said, okay, let's get rid of Breeze, let's get rid of Xcursor Breeze, let's go for the icon you see here, the Bibata cursor. There is no conflict, there is no misery, there is no frustration, and of course, the ArcoLinux Tweak Tool, the desktop installer, will just work. There's just one thing you have to remember already, that's deeping. Deeping is a special kind of guy. It needs two different applications that conflict with other desktops. So if you want to explore deeping, just install deeping and do your thing with it. It all depends on the sequence you install it. I have a SSD with all desktops installed, but do first deeping and then the rest. Switch from Breeze to Bibata. Done that, Xcursor Breeze and Breeze will always conflict, remember it. The GWM, we're working on it, ta-da, this is it. So when you click here, the menu goes up here, but actually you can actually do like this. The menu is just like an open box maybe, but a little bit different. So we did not make sub menus, so it's gonna be smaller in footprint, in pixel size. So Joe's Window Manager or GWM, we're gonna need to make some tutorials about it. This is number 16, and this is a nice picture. Everything works, of course. Keyboard shortcuts are there, of course. And then we have the awesome updates during the checkup, if there were updates for the Lua code. We also kind of fell in love with Blackburn theme. So it's a little bit different. It has 5 workspaces, not 10 as usual. So I thought, why not, right? Why always 10? And it has these nice, I don't know, sci-fi kind of icons. Awesome looking. Anyway, that's extra. So an extra theme. And you can change the themes to the ArcoLinux tweak tool. A lot of things happen in the tweak tool. So always open it up in one of our 16 desktops, and maybe you'll see, hey, theme changer. i3 has one, and Awesome has one, and we keep implementing elements. So depending on the desktop, you'll see something, or you won't. This is just an evening out. Somebody said, hey, Glava, what's that, blah, blah, blah. So I created a package without any further ado and complexity and frustration. You get these things on your screen. So when you play music on anything, any source, when you play music, you get this kind of lines or this kind of thing. It moves, by the way. I mean, it's just a picture, but you know, these things go up with the sound. So sometimes I put the volume all the way up and my son looked, but I had to make a picture to get some bars there. Okay, so that's, you know, fun and games. Sudo pacman -s, poof, and you started with Glava in the terminal. And depending, of course, on the desktop with 16, right? I haven't tried it in GWM yet. You get it inside an window or not, right? That's something specific. Every window manager treats it differently. That's like Conkeys. Same goes for them. We've changed the Plasma enhancement here. Well, just a new login basically, because Plasma is working great. I mean, workflow-wise, I can't seem to find anything to improve. But I didn't like the wallpaper anymore, so I went for a dark one that is a little bit more together with this login area. We get this nicer look, I think, right? But just a wallpaper, so not that important. This is a lot of work. 69 transparent termite themes, and I had some fun, as you can imagine. There is so much in here, and I've already switched my personal termite theme because of it. So when you're building ArcoLinux B, when you're building, it's fun to see the colors change, and I have an awesome theme now to watch the building go by with a different color. i3WM, we were creative, many themes. We're having 20 themes in total, and also some of the guys from the beta testers, so that's great, right? We get sense that we said, we asked, okay, we made also a video, let's start with that. We've made a video saying, okay, how do you make your own theme, right? So at that point in time it's 17, and I guess we get 3 from the users, so for the beta testers. So 20 themes. It's not that difficult to create your own theme, and that's so much fun. So there you go. ArcoLinux tweak tool, change the theme, drop down, boom, that theme apply, Ctrl-Shift-R, reload, you have it. Nothing could be easier, no frustration, just choose another look on your i3 with that one. That's gonna be fun. Then the ZSH, we are working on something to change the themes because we like the themes, and this is one of the themes that a user asked me in YouTube, I think. He asked me, say, hey Eric, what's that? That looks great, right? So I don't know, one of the 100 themes that is in my ZSH themes, right? And then suddenly I found it again. So And of course, then the what if came, could we make a tab in ArcoLinux Tweak Tool to change the themes? So that's a work in progress, and that's fun to be able to change to ZSH, to bash. If you are on ZSH, then it will show at this point in time. It's set like that. So if you want to change, this is here, shell ZSH, right? What you do, you type 2ZSH in a terminal, and it says log out in the text. You log out, you log in, and you have ZSH. And then every time it's random. But at some point in time, you like a theme, right? You want to be greeted with the same theme. And well, then you choose with the ArcoLinux Tweak Tool to have Jonathan, and it's writing away the variable in the .zshrc, because it's always in the backend, back to the terminal, back to the files. All right, videos and all that. ArcoLinux Logout is our next app. So Super X is gonna be this, right? Super X is our ArcoLinux Logout. We can change some colors. We're still working on it, so it will change. We're gonna move some icons up there, change some colors, transparency, icon size. So a lot of things to change, but it's a work in progress. But we want to choose, well, everything starts with a PyGTK dependency, so we couldn't build OB-Logout. And the idea is, I said to Brad, hey, wouldn't it be great if we had our own logout system? And before I knew it, Brad had already written something, right? So that's great that we have him on board. We can now have our own logout system, ArcoLinux Logout, which is also going to provide a beautiful lock screen as well. So we have here the lock that's going to give you a nice lock screen, wallpaper that's a little bit blurred and shaded and so on. You'll see. We're going to use it on the following desktops. So most of them are tiling window managers. There's OpenBox and XFC as well. So we are developing it. So we're really thinking things through stage and trying it out with the beta testers. But at some point in time, during April, maybe May, I don't know, we'll make the switch, and then we are not going to use OB-Logout anymore and not going to use SlimLock anymore. So maybe you'll need to run a script or do something. Okay, so videos about that. Yeah, LXQT, I kind of forgot LXQT because, well, yeah, frankly, there were more important things to do, like the Calamares. With a lot of time went into Calamares these last months. So I've finally made some tutorials of LXQT. Content, playing around with the content settings was fun. Activating con keys there. Dual screen, auto start application. I must say, I kind of fell in love as well with this kind of look, meaning this guy used to be here, used to be all long here, 100% width, and here we can set the width a little bit less. So really, LXQT deserves your checkup, your look. Maybe you like it. Here I've put them here and here, so really anything is possible. So I had some fun and made some videos about LXQT tutorials. Those are the articles we're talking about. The new fun scripts, yeah, that's always nice to have, of course, for screenshots, ghosts, little ghosts there. And then the general improvements. We're almost at the bottom, guys, and it's 29 minutes. Wow, I thought it would be longer. So, ArcoLinux ISO. We have removed some stuff from the ISO. Things that we never use and we guess people don't use. Which means you need to install it if you were using it. So Glances is out, PowerTop is out, VNstat is out, Breeze and the dependencies, remember, Bibata, Breeze icons, out. This one needs a word, but it's, I think, later on. And those guys are gone. But of course you can install them again via Calamares if you like to. Some improvements in LXQT. I was making tutorials on LXQT, right? And I said, hey, my music is not working. Stop, previous, play, pause, next. So the buttons you have on your keyboard maybe. Ctrl-Alt-M, so we enter immediately in the configuration of LXQT some keyboards. I said, hey, I don't have that one. So we want to have a uniform use of keyboard shortcuts over all the desktop. So you have it in your fingers to do a Super Shift D and something will pop up, right? Oh yeah, it's the D menu. It's here on GWM. If you don't want to have a go at this because, well, we don't think about it anymore, right? At some point in time, this goes automatically. I'm gonna launch Firefox. So keyboard shortcuts are important, and we remove some things that were really not working for us. And these two guys were LXQt applications, but no, we would rather work with this one, that one, and that one, because, well, they just prove to be better. Screenshot tools, or in this case, Nomax, an image viewer, and cropping, and you know, all the things you do, functions you do with an image, much easier. Then ArcoLinux B, we've removed the following packages from all ArcoLinux B ISOs. That's great news for you guys. So even minimal, more minimal than before. And why? Because in Calamares we can always install more Nickel themes for Arc themes. The Sublime Text dev that last time we said we want to have it already, always on the system and melt. These are our development tools. Remember Calamares, last page, select packages development, right? ArcoLinux dev. We click that and we have our packages from the internet, not from the ISO, but from the internet. That's the difference. That's all it is. So it's less on the ISO, better for you guys, more minimal, but Super F5 is not going to work, right? If you forgot to install Melt, keyboard shortcut is not going to work because Melt is not present. CryRS is installed for Plasma, for the how this is called again, the safe I think it's called, the Vault. Ah, here it is. Sorry, the Vault. We've removed the following packages. XF burn, so who is still burning ISOs? I don't know. I'm not. Maybe you are. So install it again if you need it. XFC screensaver, again mentioned. It's out. Why is it out? I think it will come later on. Qtile, here it is. Qtile updates. Only a few days ago, Qtile just crashed on us. There was a big major release from 14 to 15. And one of our widgets, notably the Arco memory, yeah, that one, crashed. And we needed to adapt also some code in the top import. And that was the reason, right? Then there was another issue afterwards, but everything is fixed now. That's the major thing. And if you update your system, please delete Arco memory of ArcoLinux memory. Don't know what the widget's file name is called, but delete it. It's not needed anymore. We have the memory widget from Qtile, and it's great. It's awesome. It works. Why did we have it previously? Because there was a difference and discrepancy in what Top says, Conky says, and Qtile said. So the memory was not correct at that point in time, maybe a year ago or so, right? So at this point in time, new Qtile, everything works fine. Arco memory delete, all right? Because it will stay there. When you do update and a scal, we don't delete things on your home directory. We copy things over it. So that's one you need to delete yourself. All right, yeah, please join us on Facebook and Discord when these things happen. They happen, right? We experience them at the same time you experience them. Then we go look in the code and figure it out. In the meantime, maybe you've seen on Facebook, do not update Qtile. It will crash your system, right? And later on, that was a red sign, and later on there was a green sign. You can update Qtile now. So join us to avoid frustration. This was frustration as well. At some point in time, we noticed, hey, there's an XFCE4 screensaver, and we've not been using it for 2 months. It was out, I think, 2 months or so. We install it, and some of us, notably yours truly, had issues with this particular thing. I had never wanted to have a screensaver before, but as a result that it was on our ISO, on our systems from time to time, while talking to you right now, poof, everything would go black. Without me touching any button or doing anything, it would just go black. Move your mouse and it was back. So it was it was annoying. That's the word. It was just annoying. I was annoyed with my own operating system. How stupid can you be? So no, XFCE4 screensaver is just out. If you like screensavers, put it back in. Maybe there's no issue on your system hardware wise, but some of us had issues with it. So again, we are frustrationless at this point in time. We've hidden away electron. There's 4, 5, 6 electrons. So in some of our systems we have 6 icons. So on XFCE, in the meantime, we can hide it away with some trick we do, and we don't see it anymore. Quantum, because of the new applications I've added on the Calamares, Octopi Notify, Image Writer, Key Passing, those guys were not following our nice arc theme, right? They were not following it at all. They looked ugly. And that's what you do with Quantum. You fix the look of a certain application, the design of a certain application. That's what we do here. Still, we had worries with GNOME and Budgie. The keyboard shortcut, the keyboard input source was not correct. So if somebody installs in English UK, it still had Belgium in there, right? So it is troublesome, but the bad guy is here, dconf. We had to do lots of workarounds to finally get what we need. If somebody says, I want to have a Spanish keyboard layout, it will have a Spanish keyboard layout and nothing more. So that's going to work now on GNOME and Budgie. On the ArcoLinux Welcome app, we've given you a reminder, right? So we've given you a button, a nice splash thing, and the splash thing says, hey, remember Xcursor Breeze conflicts with Breeze. Visual Studio Code conflicts with code. If you do sudo pacman -s code, fine. And then later on you do sudo pacman -s Visual Studio Code, you'll see what pacman throws at you. It says, oh no, it's gonna conflict, and then you have to say yes, no. But during the Calamares installation, you can't say yes, no. During any GUI, you can't do that. Okay? So this is more like, hey, remember, there's the button, and go and have a look again. Sardi and Servant icons. With so many new applications, I had to create a lot of icons. I think we were above 100 or something that I had to create. So that's great. Sardi and Servant icons have been updated. They will always be updated in a monthly release, so that every application that we install or provide in Calamares, in our repos, they will always have a nice icon. Okay, to do next month, well, since oh, this is wrong, tutorial of GWM, of course. So tutorials of GWM, so this desktop on Joe's tiling window manager, we'll do that. We have in our mind at some point in time to develop DWM and later on Spectre WM. So I still need to make a nice image. I'm gonna ask the guys to give me a nice image of Spectre WM, and then yeah, if I have time left, then maybe we'll continue with the Carly project as well, which is, I think, in phase 5 or 6 or something, where we should actually now go and have a look. Gonna be 6, where we'll have a look, compare ArcoLinux with Carly at this point in time, because there's lots of things to fix, to really tighten, make sure that we do not forget to change the permissions on certain files and folders. That's important. So that's, I think, the first on my to-do list, but we'll see. if there's time, right? That this is always, if there is time left, then we can do that. How to stay rolling. Every single time, every release, you get how stay rolling. And I'm probably gonna make a new video because of the fact of this NSS thing we got, sudo remove user lib, you know, that thing. I'll see. And what is new? Well, this blank thing here, that's your video that we're making now. And we're now at 40 minutes already. After any installation, how to update is one of the most important things, and lots of videos are there how to update. Let me put that in the video as well, if I may. Oh, I just closed my article. So there are lots of playlists, guys. I use the playlists, and there must be, oh, here it is already, ArcoLinux update. These are countless. Shut up. These are countless and countless of things. Update. They all matter, and it's important for the new guys to know that the title doesn't mean anything to me. The title, yes, that topic will be covered, but inside any of my videos, I probably gonna cover 4, 5, 6 other things as well. So it doesn't matter to, well, binge watch a little bit, because there is so much information in any of these videos, more than the title suggests, always. All right, so playlists, and then whoa, all the way down and then back up. Overcome any and all installation issues. We do have a application article that's just about Calamares, so our installer. Complex things, encrypting homes, different boot options, Windows together with Linux, and so on and so on. So take a look, maybe it will help. If you want to know the full package list and all that, that's here. GeoIP service, so the button that is correct, the correct place is working when as we speak, but yeah, it does not depend on our service, but our Plasma server somewhere. If you're totally new, please learn what is update, scal, backup scal, CB, upall. It's all important because you want to avoid frustration. Then you really need to know what scal is and what it does. And then you decide if you use it or not. We use it. You don't not have to use it. This one also important. Install Nemesis on any ArcoLinux. So there is not one distro that's going to be out of the box suitable for you, that you like 100%. What I do always, me on ArcoLinux, me on Linux Mint 5 years ago, is install more stuff. So make your own scripts. It's not that difficult. Copy paste mine, right? Copy paste it. You have your files and start typing. I want to have this, I want to have that, I want to have this, I want to have that. So these things change. My GitHub changes every month. I update it because every month ArcoLinux changes, right? So what you want to have extra, like maybe Spotify or InSync or Dropbox and so on. So I'm talking about more or less paid services. Well, that's not going to be on the ISO. You need to install it later on. Okay, so that's covered, and there's one thing maybe you'd like to visit as well, the Arco Get Started 6 script. Let's include it in the video as well. It's not needed. Take a look at it, see what's inside, and if you say, oh yeah, this is what I do to get started on a new system. So you can make an account on Bitly. You can make a zip file in Dropbox. You can share it with Bitly, and anywhere I am, after clean installation, I can run this. This is mine personally. You don't have to use it, but you can get ideas from it and say, okay, that's how he's online so fast. I don't copy paste anything to USBs or hard disks. It's all online. and then I get this file, and in this file are scripts and data that I get, all the GitHubs for ArcoLinux. You get those in ArcoLinux B. You can build any of our ISOs. ArcoLinux D, all the scripts come in from ArcoLinux D, and do it that way. And this is my minimal start. There's also a full start, and well, check it out. Maybe something triggers your mind and say, I want to have that. This is a workflow thing. This is really personal, maybe interesting for you as well. So to round up, I think we have a awesome distro because of the fact that Calamares is now so versatile. Do check out ArcoLinux D. That is really the summum. I mean, it's gonna give you information. I think we can have a look here as well. The ArcoLinux Beta. There are some images. So here we have the Bluetooth support, the laptop support, network discovery, printing support, sound. I mean, it's all there. That's the services that we don't see that on ArcoLinux or ArcoLinux B, because the services are there, right? We need a system that just works. That's sound. Who needs a system that does not have sound, right? So that's the fun here. Choose your login manager. This is really the Lego box. This is really choose what you want to play with. Don't need Bluetooth, don't install it. Don't want printing, not yet, don't install it, install it later. And this is all the display manager you can choose, right? If in doubt, LightDM is the one we trust on the last 5 years. Desktop, awesome, BSP, WM, Budgie, soon GWM, right? Next month we'll have it. Choose anything to play with, or decide to have XFC together with i3. Boom. You'll have these two on your system. Next, and you choose more. I was almost clicked there. Communication, and the rest is the same. So here we go again to the rest of the categories. But since ArcoLinux D is the most minimal, it has a longer list, right? Because the ArcoLinux flagship has more. For instance, to give an example, Sublime Text Dev is always going to be on our flagship. But ArcoLinux D, you have to click it. Alright, so that's how it works. Here you get a little bit more choices because of the fact that ArcoLinux D has nothing. Really nothing. It's the most bare kind of look Arch Linux feel you can have with a graphical installer called Calamares. Alright, I do think we are now at the very end. I can only ask you, please enjoy yourself. Cheers.